This is Season 8, Episode 165 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
Sometimes the important thing is not the number of miles you've driven, but what's going on inside your head while driving. The Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast will stimulate your mind and keep you company while on the road. Join us for education, motivation, and inspiration from wherever you may be in our nation. You'll hear roundtable discussions about important information that's impacting our industry. Plus, you'll learn more about new technology, equipment, driving opportunities, safety, and operations. Get driver success and fitness tips to keep you profitable, safe, healthy, as well as entertaining stories from the road. And don't you know, we've all got a few of those. We might be traveling in different directions, but we're all part of one driver community at the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. With your host, trucker Tim Cicerelli.
Well, hello, friends, and welcome to November and episode 165 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. Tim Cicerelli here, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. And before we get started, first and foremost, we need to band together as a team here at Stevens Transport and vote today and every single day on a different browser, on a different device, to accumulate as many votes as possible for our own driver Mark Scriven to win that brand new Kenworth T680 for the 2025 Transition Trucking. We are going to make it so simple for you. When it's safe to do so, just scroll down through the episode notes. You'll see a link right there at the top. And if you have the time, please, on every single device, vote for Mark every single day. We want to honor this veteran in the way that he deserves to be, with a brand new Kenworth T680. We'll be learning more about the story of driver Mark Scriven coming up a little bit later. Also, another driver who hit that 1 million mile mark. He's an independent contractor and a trainer from Knoxville, Tennessee, and we'll be spotlighting driver David Adamson. Since we are in a new month, we have our latest November news bulletin packed with Stevens Transport updates and industry news to keep you informed while you're out there on the road. And from the desk of Safety Supervisor Terrence Burgess, our safety supervisor, I'm going to be sharing with you some high-risk locations to avoid and a way to keep your cargo safe and protected. That is coming up right around the corner. But first, information on how elite drivers can make a little extra money with the chain fleet. Let's welcome in RJ Cervantez, our fleet safety manager on our Stevens Roundtable. It's our Stevens Roundtable, giving you an opportunity to kind of peek behind the curtain at Stevens Transport and get an idea of some of the things that are cooking for our drivers. And today we are really excited to welcome RJ Cervantez, a fleet safety manager with Stevens. And we have him right now. Looks like you're already hard at work at the time of this recording. It's early in the morning, buddy. So what you got going on today over there?
So far, just been taking phone calls, been trying to take care of these drivers, really just trying to make sure that they're getting taken care of. And that's the main priority here. I want to make sure that they're getting taken care of, making sure that if they have any safety priorities that I can take care of for them.
Fantastic. Now, we recorded this on Halloween morning. So tell us about your, it's not much of a get up. I think it's kind of cool, actually. But what's happening there at Stevens on Halloween? What are y'all doing there today to celebrate?
So what we're doing here today is we currently have a potluck going on. We also have a costume contest that we are going to be hosting across the board in our operations side and our safety hallway. This is something that we want to do to boost morale, but also just kind of see a little bit more creativity across the board. Have our employees at least enjoy themselves and have a little bit of a fun time on Halloween, as it is very important to at least have a little bit of fun while you're working.
Absolutely. And, you know, we talk about the family atmosphere all the time there at Stevens Transport, and this kind of lends to that. So happy Halloween. I know by the time this episode comes out, we're in November, but you've got your Texas Tech jersey on today. Tell us why you're wearing that.
Yes, sir. The reason why I got my Texas Tech jersey on today is just because I was unfortunately able to find a Halloween costume, as it is the day before Halloween. That's what happened with me yesterday. But I was able to pull out my Texas Tech jersey. It is a hoodie and a jersey, as you can see right here. It is a hoodie and a jersey. So with me, I graduated from Texas Tech University in 2022. It was something that I really loved the school. And with this year, especially with the football team, this is just something that I really love to wear, especially because I love putting pride in my school, especially.
Well, you know what? That's what we do on Fridays before a football game, too. And that's the time when we're recording this. And you can see I've got my Georgia Bulldog cup and my shirt. We got the Georgia-Florida game, so go Dogs. We're representing over here for you dog fans that might be listening. Let's talk business here now, shall we? All right, so let's talk about a way our drivers can make a little extra money, it seems, with the chain fleet. Tell us what that is.
Yes, sir. The chain fleet is one of our elite group of drivers. It is hand-selected for drivers that are currently over-the-road drivers that have spent 2 years over the road, 2 years from their hire date with no major moving violations. This is an elite group of drivers. This is a group of drivers that during adverse conditions, they do not have to shut down. That is actually a great benefit for them. When adverse conditions do arise, they do not need to shut down. This is something that we really are pushing for. It is an elite group of selected drivers, hand-selected by our director.
So how does a driver become a member of the chain fleet, that elite selection of drivers? I mean, I imagine it's a tight group. I mean, we have a lot of drivers, a lot of great drivers, but we're talking elite. Define elite for me, if you would, please.
When it comes to an elite driver, I would define that as a driver who has been over the road for at least 2 years, has at least 2 years of over the road experience, has no major moving violations, has no major roadway accidents. When it comes to those definitions, what I mean by that is no major moving violations such as speeding tickets, moving violations, roadway accidents, specifically defining as on a roadway. And this is what I would define as an elite driver. If you have over-the-road experience, that is an essential part of it for our minimum qualifications. But if you have more than 2 years experience, that will also help us out in the long run because we can define that as an elite driver as you have multiple winters under your belt.
So let's say a driver has been on the road for 2 years and they meet those qualifications. Is this a type of, I don't want to call it a club, but a designation that has a limited number of people? So someone has to leave for someone else to get in? Or once you hit your 2 years, if you meet those qualifications, you're in?
Once you meet those qualifications, it will be on the determination of our director at that point. He is the one that's going to be interviewing these drivers as the ad is on our QR code, as we have an ad going out through all of Stevens on currently that has been sent to all our drivers. The ad also will be, it's almost an interview process. You'll be interviewing with our director. He'll go and review your history. He'll interview your driving history. And from that point, he'll also be able to discuss with you the next steps of the action. It is not a group where it's one drops off, one comes in. We are trying to add more to the chain fleet.
So let's talk about some of the benefits of being a member of the chain fleet, aside from, I don't know, some clout. I mean, let's call it what it is. You're an elite driver. There's some value associated with that, but there's also some value for your bank account as well.
Yes, sir, we could. When it comes to the chain fleet, they will be making $175 for putting on the chains, $175 for taking off the chains. If they were to be placed in weather shutdown as a company driver, they will get $175. And as for our contractor, they will be getting $350 for shutting down.
Well, I love the name of the fleet. It's the chain fleet, and that explains it right there, and a great way to make some extra money when you're out there on the road as well. So, RJ, again, just to reiterate, for those drivers that have met those qualifications, they know they've met those qualifications, you have a QR code, again, that our drivers are going to have access to that they can apply for a chance to be on the chain fleet.
Yes, sir. When they apply on that QR code, they will then be reached out by Kip Gandy, which is our safety director. He will reach out to them so that way he can interview them to get into the chain fleet potentially.
All right. So drivers, be on the lookout for that QR code. If you believe that you meet those qualifications, make sure that you scan the code and Kip will reach out to you and we can see where it goes from there. RJ Cervantez, Fleet Safety Manager. Thanks for being with us, buddy.
Hey, I hope everyone's safe out there.
Okay, let's shift gears to a very important message from Terrence Burgess, our safety supervisor here at Stevens Transport. Cargo theft is on the rise. Listen to these alarming statistics. There has been a 27% increase in reported cargo theft cases. Estimated losses, that hits around $455 million reported, but experts believe the true cost actually exceeds about $1 billion annually. Now, what they're looking for, the primary targets are electronics, food and beverages, household goods, clothing, and pharmaceuticals. So some areas to avoid to keep your cargo safe. These are some high-risk locations: rest stops, truck stops, especially up in the Northeast, parking lots, and during transit, believe it or not. Restricted truck stops are listed in the vector along with alternative safe locations, so please pay attention to that. Now, a few driver safety tips: always secure your trailer with a lock. Everybody knows that, but it doesn't hurt to be reminded from time to time. Never disclose your cargo to anybody else. Always stay alert to your surroundings. Avoid leaving your truck or trailer unattended for long periods of time. Obviously, lock your truck and take your keys when stepping away. And always, always, always park in well-lit areas, avoiding isolated or back row spots. Again, this is a safety reminder, and an emergent one indeed, from Terrence Burgess, our safety supervisor. Okay, we are in the middle of transition trucking voting season, and I say it's time to get to know our representative at Stevens Transport. Here's a little story about Mark Scriven.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Mark Scriven. I was in the Army, and now I drive for Stevens Transport. We are at Kenworth going through a tour to see the trucks, to see how they're made, and to announce the finalists of our competition.
Mark Scriven.
Honestly, it was surreal. Not that I didn't expect to see myself, but the competition was so vast, everybody looked great, so it was exciting. My expectations, I'm just gonna go with it and, just market myself the best way I can and try to get it, try to get the truck. Meeting other veterans, it was great. They have great personality, everybody has their own story. It was nice meeting them. I think the trucking industry is a good opportunity for veterans because at the end of the day, it's just like being in the military. It's honestly ran the same way. Only difference is just, the disciplinary part is more open, but it's the exact same process. It's a lot easier to fall into, especially if you're a veteran. When we get this truck, hopefully we get this truck. To bring it through to the school is a great place. Let the students come through, get motivated. They taught me what I know, which put me in this position. I think I would make it a little bit more personalized. Probably put some black rims on it, and then get ready to keep it moving. The truck is nice. I love it. The interior is nice modern spaceship.
We make it very simple for you to vote. Just visit transitiontrucking.org/vote. Click on Mark Scriven, our U.S. Army E6 Stevens Transport representative, and in the red box, check Vote.
Now more than ever, truck drivers are true American heroes. The men and women who literally keep America moving by delivering goods across the country. Being a professional driver is a rewarding, financially lucrative, long-term career filled with exciting adventures. A career where you'll never have to worry about job security. If you have your CDL and keep it up, it will sustain you for the long haul. You can see the country, serve your country, and provide a good life for your family. Whether you'd rather haul on a dedicated route or lane, or prefer working with one specific customer, if you want to own your business, we have a program that sets you up for success with all the tools and support you need. We've got opportunities in our intermodal rail division and have programs to help military veterans transition into trucking careers. We have second generations of drivers whose parents have driven for Stevens, who then trained their children and are now truck drivers. Some are even small fleet owners. So, whatever your dream is, you can achieve it right here at Stevens. If you're looking for a company with a 40-plus year track record that's never had a layoff and just had the largest pay increase in company history for both new and experienced drivers, Stevens Transport has you covered. We offer the finest tools and technology and provide our drivers with the best state-of-the-art equipment on the market. Our infrastructure will support you both on and off the road. As a driver for Stevens, you become part of our family. Many companies throw the word family around. We're family-owned, family-run, and family-driven. Our 40-plus years of success is built on family. At Stevens, you're not just a number. Our drivers are part of our extended family, and we recognize and honor them every chance we get. If you want to be among the top income earners among professional drivers, if you want great benefits, if you want to have every type of driving opportunity at your fingertips, if you want to be part of a company that will stand behind you and ensure your success, come join the Stevens Transport family today and become an American hero. So, what are you waiting for? Take the first step toward your future career with the best trucking company in America. Become part of the Stevens Transport family today by calling our recruiting department at 1-800-333-8595 or apply online at stevenstransport.com.
Ever wondered what it's like to drive across the country and get paid to see America's breathtaking landscapes? Welcome to life as a team driver with Stevens Transport. The life of a trucker can sometimes feel solitary, but with team driving, you're never alone. Let's dive into how teaming up with another driver can transform your trucking career. So what exactly is team driving? Simply put, it's when two drivers share the responsibilities of operating the same truck. This allows for continuous travel and efficient delivery. Federal regulations require solo drivers to be off-duty for at least 10 consecutive hours after 11 hours of driving. Team driving, however, maximizes productivity by alternating driving shifts, cutting down on overall trip times. By working in shifts, team drivers can cover over 5,500 miles a week. That's more than double what solo drivers can achieve, leading to more priority loads and higher earnings. Efficiency is key. With two drivers, tasks like loading and unloading become quicker and easier. Plus, you'll earn more per mile. One of the greatest perks? You get to choose your driving partner, whether it's a close friend or a new acquaintance. Having a partner on the road makes those long hauls more enjoyable. And what about rest? Team drivers sleep in comfy bunk beds while the truck is moving, allowing for nearly non-stop travel without sacrificing sleep. Safety is another major advantage. With two drivers, there's an added layer of oversight to ensure committed safety. So, if you're ready to take your trucking career to the next level, consider team driving with Stevens Transport. It's the perfect blend of companionship, efficiency, and increased earnings. Explore the benefits of team driving and start your adventure today with Stevens Transport. Apply now and join a team that drives you to success. Your journey starts here.
Welcome back to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. My name is Tim Cicerelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. If you wouldn't mind, when you hit your next stop, please follow or subscribe to this podcast from whichever podcast platform you're enjoying it from. We are everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible. If it's a platform with a podcast on it, we are there. And by following the podcast, you'll have a brand new episode waiting for you each and every week as soon as it's released. And if you wouldn't mind, please leave us a review. Tell us what you like about the show and what you'd like changed. We are producing this podcast for you to keep you educated, informed, and hopefully a little entertained as well. Here's some audio you can find on a video from our Stevens Transport YouTube channel. This is our driver's spotlight about a dedicated Stevens Transport independent contractor and trainer living in Knoxville, Tennessee. He's celebrating 1 million miles and said he never expected to hit this milestone. But underneath all that hard work and dedication, the million miles seem to have found him. Here is the story of driver David Adamson.
David Adamson. I'm an independent contractor and a trainer. I just hit over 7 years. Born and raised in Southern California, but I live in Knoxville, Tennessee now. I never thought in a million years when I started doing this I would ever get 1 million miles. When the message came across the tablet in my truck, it said, "Congratulations on 1 million miles," I really thought they'd made a mistake and that was for somebody else. I had no idea. It just blew me away. A few of my former students called me and it's like, "Hey, I just saw that. Good job, man." So that was pretty cool. A lot of those miles, I've seen people I haven't seen in 20 years. I take a reset in Kansas City and see a friend that was in my wedding 34 years ago. That's really been cool as well, to just see places I'd never been before, as well as seeing family and friends that I hadn't seen in 10, 15 years, and now, keep up with them. But some people, they live in basically Tuscaloosa, Alabama. They've never left their city in their life. They've never seen snow. I mean, some of these people are just crazy to me. Find places out there in the United States that you like. Keep a log and say, wow, I love this place. I mean, Poplar Bluff, Missouri. What's that? There's nothing there. No, it's the place that has the best cinnamon rolls in the world. That's what's kind of cool. My favorite part of the job is actually a good student. And what I mean by that is a student who wants to learn. Somebody who thinks they can't do it, and then at the end, they do it. And I just love that. Somebody I trained who, he really wanted to learn, but he really had a hard time driving. And we went through almost 6 weeks of training, and he just couldn't back up, We stopped at a truck stop to take a shower in Oregon, and he pulled forward, he backed into the space perfectly, and I ran around the front and I said, Mike, you know what you just did? And he goes, oh no, did I hit something? I said, no, you just put it in there, one shot, better than I could have done. And he got out, and I swear he almost cried. He was like, I did do it. And he was about ready to quit. So that was one of the best things I had happen to me out on the road. The reputation here as far as safety and training goes is really at the top, I've learned, of the industry. That's why I'm still here. I mean, they treat you like they want you to be safe and make it to home, make it to that load rather than just dump it somewhere. And I think that's what's cool. I've talked to a lot of people from other companies that, that's not how they work. They're like, you've got to go through, 90-mile-an-hour wind in Wyoming. And Stevens, you don't. You do it safely, you do it correctly. But they're there to support you. And that's what I love about Stevens and Mom.
Thank you for sharing your story, David. We will have a link in the episode notes to that video. We'll also have a link to this video. Here is some audio with our Stevens Transport November News Bulletin.
Welcome to Stevens Transport News Bulletin. We bring you the latest updates in the transportation industry. Kenworth Fastport and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation's Hiring Our Heroes initiative have announced the 4 finalists for the 2025 Transition Trucking Driving for Excellence Award, and we're proud to say that our very own Mark Screven is one of them. Mark is a U.S. Army veteran and Savannah, Georgia native who served 9 years as a Patriot operator and maintainer, rising to the rank of Staff Surgeon. During his service, he earned 4 Army Achievement Medals and a Combat Lifesaver Certificate, recognizing his leadership, courage under pressure, and commitment to excellence. Now, as a driver and trainer with Stevens Transport, Mark continues to lead by example, bringing his military discipline, professionalism, and heart for service to everything he does. The 4 finalists were announced at the Kenworth plant in Chillicothe, Ohio, following a special reception at the National Veterans Memorial and Museum in Columbus. Mark described being selected as one of the final 4 as a true blessing. The grand prize is a brand new Kenworth T680 truck, and all finalists will also receive monetary awards. Public voting runs from November 1st through Veterans Day, and the winner will be announced on December 12th in Washington, D.C. With your support, we can help make a difference in Mark's life and honor a veteran who continues to serve others every day. Let's come together and show our support for Mark Screven as we help him earn the title of 2025 Transition Trucking Driving for Excellence Award winner. Stay informed and inspired by the stories that shape our industry. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Stevens Transport News Bulletin. Have a great day.
Again, vote for Mark Screven at transitiontrucking.org. A link will be in the episode notes. Well, there she is, Pump the Brakes on episode 165 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. If you found this podcast because you're searching for a brand new career, please make sure you visit the episode notes. We will have phone numbers and every link possible for you to learn more about Stevens Transport and even schedule a call with one of our recruiters. All the information is in the episode notes. And like we said earlier, please follow or subscribe to this podcast from whichever platform you're enjoying it from, and share it with one of your fellow drivers. We sure would appreciate it. And finally, my name is Tim Cicerelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. Thanks for joining me. And until next time, be safe out there. And thanks for listening to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.